Hello, Slightly Mad here. What is it? This is Oathbreakers pre-alpha. What is it? It's like a tiny MMO game. I think it's about 10 players or something similar per zone. And it's broken down into public servers, which is this one here, and private servers, this one here. Now, you're going to spawn in this room here. You're probably going to be wondering, what am I going to do? You should have done a little bit of reading on the game. Basically, in a nutshell, it's a sandbox MMO. So what that means is it's not going to spoon feed you. It's not going to show you where to go. The only advice it's going to give you, if you grab this with the 2 grab keys, if it's MetaQuest III, so you want to hold in both your triggers. All right, place the book here, and then you're using your right hand, using your top trigger, just to flick through the pages, which will tell you how to play the game. All right, and then you're on your own. Then you're totally on your own. You want to ignore all these things in here. This is how you adjust your character stats and things like that, right? And there's some sort of, I think this is some sort of hardcore mode thing going on over here, right? So don't fiddle with that, right? So all you're going to simply do is, you've got 4 trigger keys on the MetaQuest III, all right? So I got stuck. I couldn't join the game. Couldn't work out how to do it. I went on the forums. The community is fairly good, all right? So they explain that you need to grab with both hands and then it lets you in. So with the MetaQuest III, you've got to press 4 buttons, right? I would strongly suggest that you go onto your own private server by using this device here, simply because I was trying to make a YouTube video earlier. I don't actually get bothered by PvP. I love PvP. I used to be a Rust player on the PC, so getting killed, etc., full loot does not bother me. All right, this game you lose a little bit of gold, but you know, just when you're starting out, there are some people out there that like to, you know, think they're great, think they're better than everyone else just because they've got a few levels on you, and they might pick on you. That might happen, and I wouldn't want that to discourage you from a really big game like this, because it looks very promising for a VR game. All right, and like I said, it's a sandbox, so you choose completely your own path. Anyway, less waffle. All right, so to do this, you grab the interaction quill on the MetaQuest III. You're holding in both trigger keys on the left hand here. All right, and if I was to put an ID in randomly, like 1698, for instance, right, then nobody else is going to join that world. All right, so that's the world ID, and then I'm going to grab it with 4 hands. So that's 4 trigger keys, all right? So that's the top 2, the bottom 2 trigger keys, all right? So it's your pointy finger and your sweary finger. Right, and then this is what happens. It puts you in the game here. When you've read the book, it will tell you that if you press the sort of X key on your left controller, it will show you your health. It will show you your microphone key, which is the MetaQuest key. You hold that in, it goes green, and it allows you to chat in-game, right? So you have to hold that in, all right? Now, this, I believe, is your save device. You don't need that at the moment. First quest is up there. That chap will literally tell you to go and buy beer. When you join, you're going to have a 0 here. A 0. You're going to have no money at all. And the only advice you're going to be given is use this recycle and try and find things to recycle in the world. Now, being a switched-on cookie that you are, you're going to come along and go, ooh, it's a pumpkin. Use your grab key to pick it up. All right, so there's one on that bush there. If I wanted to store it, I would try and put it in my shoulder slot here, and you'd feel like a little vibration. You'll feel a little vibration, and that'll allow you, when you let go of the trigger, to store something. But watch here. You're on 8. Got 11 now. All right. Here's something I had earlier. All right. So what will then happen at this point? This chap will tell you to get a beer. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go down here. After you've collected a few pumpkins from the bushes, mind, because you're going to need a few pumpkins. I think it's like 3 or 5 for a beer. You're going to come over here and you're going to press this button here. Holding both trigger keys on the right control, and then you're going to get a beer out. You're going to grab the beer and keep it away from your face, otherwise you will drink it. And let's just hang that beer out here, and then you're going to drop it in this chap's little slot here. Like that. That'll disappear. That'll give you some money. He obviously doesn't want another beer. If I was to consume that, I'd press both trigger keys and I'd hold it to my mouth. All right, both trigger keys. All right, they give you various buffs and debuffs, etc. Food does. Right, so we're going to put that back. I got a point back for that. All right. So like I said, what you're going to do normally is you're going to go to that bush there, return it over there. You're going to go to this bush here, look at this bush over here. All right. Now, see the pumpkin there. So like I said, you can store them in these slots here and here by letting go when it vibrates. But I've got a couple of items I've picked up later on because I've already done this little bit here. All right. Then where you're going to go is over here. This is the most important thing. If you play on a public server, this is probably the most important bit. All right. I'm going to use a pumpkin as well to show you what's going on. Dum, 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 dum. There's a lovely German guy that helped me through all this, basically, when I came into game. I've forgotten his name already. I'm terrible with names, but he helped me out. Nice bloke. The other kids weren't, but he was a nice bloke. So here, you drop something in there, goes into your vault. You need 100 SP to access your vault. Don't worry about that yet. All right? But it's just a safeguard. If you are on a public server, you're not going to lose your stuff. Or if your game crashes or something like that. Now, what you do here is I'm using my right grip key here, the bottom one, and then the top grip key when I'm happy that I want to deposit that money. There you go. So the money's gone from here into there. It's totally safe. I've got 916 SP in there. If I want to remove it, I use the left hand, same process. Bottom, hold it down to the number counts up. Top button to then withdraw the money. Okay, so what you're going to do next is you're going to wander off down this way. Alright, grabbing your pumpkins as you go. And this lady's basically going to ask you for a specific coloured pumpkin. She won't do it now because I've done it. So what's going to happen is she'll tell you to go and get a certain coloured pumpkin. You'll go grab that pumpkin, alright? If it's a yellow, she asks for it's yellow, green, green. You drop it in the basket here, bam. She'll give you 100 SP. She'll have another 100 SP, and she'll tell you to go and look for a mushy, alright? Now, see over there, they're mushroom spawns, they are. Alright, and what you're actually looking for is this one here. This is the one you can loot. See this one here? Ooh, there you go. Don't eat it. It's poisonous. Alright, but what she actually asks for, she asks for an item of fruit. An item of fruit and a mushroom. And then she'll tell you that it's mouldy and that you'll have to go and cook it somewhere else. And the reward for that quest is like 400. 400, that's a lot. That's a lot. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave that in there because I'm showing you stuff, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get rid of that shoulder slot and I'll show you what I did next. You don't have to follow what I'm doing, alright, but I just generated a lot of money quite quickly. Somebody else is going to tell you that there's a better way of doing it. There probably is. Right? I haven't even got a clue what that is. I bought it in the market down here. Thinking it was like a backpack or something. Right. So your next thing, there'll be a quest on this board over here, if I remember rightly. And it tells you to buy a tier 1 pickaxe. Now, that is really easy. So all you do is you go up here. And you already have the money for it from doing that pumpkin quest. You go here, touch that. And then you click your trigger button and you'll get that pickaxe. You run down there, drop it in. That'll give you 400, if I remember rightly. 400. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go over here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Right. And you're going to speak to this lady who wants you to get wood. Please bring wood. 2 planks, please. So what you do is you go over here and you buy yourself a pickaxe. Click. Like that. Got said pickaxe and you're going to go and find a tree. See with the white thing on it. This is why I like this game, because it's basically the farming on it's a little bit like Rust. It's got like, it's like a little mini game on it. A little mini game on it. So what you're going to do is you're going to whack that and that's in you there. Come up, get up. There you go. Around here. I'm going to keep going. You try not to break anything at home. Keep going, and it'll go red in a minute. Keep going. it work? Did it work? Where'd it go? No, I haven't come down yet. There's not that crunch noise. You get a crunch noise when the tree's going. There you go. So keep going for a little bit longer. There's your log. So you're going to need 2 of these bad boys. Come here, mate. 2 of these bad boys. You'll have one on each shoulder like that, running along, Mr. Log. Dum 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 dum. Alrighty. So because you've got here, this here will say that you've chopped 2 trees. You'll yonk that lever down with the grip key and it'll give you some money. You'll then put your log in here. Which will give you more wood in this. See that? Just hover over it, it tells you. Then you're going to go back here. And see, all these little green gems are basically interaction. So you're going to turn it into a wood trading tank. And then that's what she's after. There you go. Can't make any more now, you see. Alrighty. So remember, as you go along, deposit your money in the bank. If you're on a public server, you're probably not going to be on a public server to start with. Because like I said, you don't want to get bothered. Some people are really helpful and really nice and they'll give you things. And like I said, occasionally you might get that person that all they want to do is ruin your day. Now I've noticed there's books here. Alright, I bought one from the timber yard over there. Now, what you've got to look for is, you can either put it into your inventory slots, I think, or maybe those go missing. I think if you read the rules again, I think if you have your inventory slots in your shoulders, that's safe when you're logging in and logging out. As long as you've saved at the lodestone, if I remember rightly. You know, that little save stone I showed you. Where is it? So I'm looking for a spooky building. And it's basically like a library and it's got reading upstairs. You can basically read books, you slot them in and read them. And that's how I think you get new skills. Might be totally wrong on it. So each one of these buildings has got like a different skill in it. You can learn different skills you can learn. There's even a fishing club to do fishing just over there. No, that's kind of like an alchemy lab thing. I think this is it. Yeah, this looks right. Hang on a mojo. There you go. So this is where you'd slap one of those skill books that I saw. You know, you slap the skill book there and it will teach you a bit of woodworking, or it will teach you a bit of blacksmithing or something similar. Alright. And then you're going to say, there's a lot of quests to kill boars on the boards as well, or they want the meat. Where you're going to get your first weapon from, you're going to go down to that marketplace. Alright. But that's enough for the very basic guide. Like I said, it's only a guide for people that got 5 minutes in the game or just launching it for the first time. Alright, I'll submit more guides as I go. I hope that helps. Because like I said, it's a bit daunting at first when you come into this game. Thanks for watching, guys.